This Sab Story Time's very off the cuff. You see, there's like this group of friends that I met in my college days. This was when I was first starting school, and there's like this one guy, his name was Johnny. He was one of the first people I ever met. He had a pack. I loved that pack. And on that same day, we figured out that we were next door neighbors. And we were like, oh we're next door neighbors. And the following day, we like had bowling and we became friends ever since. We still talk every now and again. But eventually, Johnny had to move. He moved to a location that I won't reveal for privacy reasons. But he was visiting my home state, which I won't reveal for privacy reasons, and Notorious JKB tagged along. So I covered the Uber at that point. We were at a hotel. Not only was Johnny there, but the entire pack, or most of the pack. And it was super cool. Some of the members in the pack actually do voice acting work for my cartoons. For example, August is the current voice for Jasmine, and Tyler is the VA behind Dabby. So they were there. But in terms of the event itself, all I remember is that Johnny had like a bean hat, and we played Cards Against Humanity. We had stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut. Everyone was drinking but me and maybe JKB. The Cards Against Humanity was a lot of fun. I sadly can't remember anything from it. It was just basically just very low-key and very chill. JKB took care of the Uber back home. We were talking to the Uber driver. I think she was trying to sell us a premium membership. If you love Uber, you'll love Uber Live. You might be asking yourself, Sab, that was truncated and rushed. What the hell? I don't expect this from you. There's a reason for that. Because this isn't just a Sab story time. This is a Sab and Notorious JKB story time. Yes, that's right. JKB, the co-creator of Sab Talk, has joined us to tell his side of this story. Come on up, dude.
Johnny and I have often dabbled in the comedy business. We started a cigar store together, and we also starred in that movie MASH. Have you seen it? No, I'm just kidding. When I first met Johnny, it was outside of a store called The Rail. I bet you've never heard of it. I was helping him fix a leak in a cup, and when I talked to Johnny about that particular instance, he tells me that he thought I was drunk, and I never gotten such a huge compliment from a man ever. So when I heard the opportunity to go and see Johnny, because he had moved away into a much more distant area, I was just like, hey, yeah, dude, I'll come see you, man. I approached Sab Nino and was just like, hey, yo, guy, we gotta go see Johnny. He was like, yeah, totally, man, we do. And it's like, okay, how are we gonna do this? Sab said, hey, I've got this app on my phone. It can get you places. And he's like, okay, how does it work? So you press a button and a car comes to your house. It picks you up and it takes you to another location. It costs money, but you don't have to talk to the driver. You don't gotta wear masks, nothing. I'm like, okay, cool. So we took this Uber all the way out to another location. It was a hotel. We were just kind of in the middle of the street. We walked across the street, and then Johnny was like, hey, I'm in that building over there. And we're like, what? We thought it was that building over there. So we walked to that building over there. We stood in this little glass canopy for a little while, deciding how we're gonna greet John. Were we gonna hide from him? We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And all of a sudden, the voice actor for Jasmine, August, they just came out of nowhere. It's like, okay, hey guys, you know, we shook hands, bumped chests, and you know, did the dance, Irish jig. We did the Irish jig, and then we it's like, okay, cool, we're gonna make it up there. John came out of nowhere. He was like a superhero, came from around the corner, gathered by a bunch of humans. He was just like, yo, it's me. I'm Johnny. We partied, we played Cards Against Humanity, we got some pizza, we hit it off, we smoked a stogie, had some cigars, we did some scrimshaw. No, I'm just kidding. No, we played Cards Against Humanity and we drank a bunch. It was a really fun. I actually did not drink. I was considering having one of those seltzers because they did look pretty dang good. But I also had a lot to do that night. By the time it was about like late, I looked at Sab and he was just like, man, how are we going to get home? I'm like, I don't know. How are we going to get home? I was like, I heard there's this app and you can call a different car to take you home. He's like, really? Yeah. Difference is this one's called Lyft. I'm like, no way. I never heard of that. And then it's like, okay, so we gotta stand out on the street corner. We just stood, there was a theater, we were next to a bookstore, and we just stood on the corner for what felt like 10 years. By the time we were able to make it home, there was a lady, she was just like, hey, you gotta buy Lyft Plus. I'm like, I've never heard of that app. We made it home, and that was the moment I realized that I had lost my room key. So that's my going to Johnny's story from Notorious JKB perspective. I hope y'all enjoyed.